Did you know that one time I was interviewed for salon.com because I revealed how I'm not puritanical about sex, and my trolls got super pissed that I would be willing to cross their boundaries. My kids were playing with, I think it's in storage right now. I don't think it's with me. I have a magic wand. Like any woman who didn't start masturbating openly and freely away from the sexual shaming of her childhood cult would do, I bought a magic wand because that's what the internet tells you to do when you start Googling, how do I learn to masturbate now that I've left behind my cult? And I'm not supposed to be telling you this story because I'm supposed to be really ashamed about it. I'm supposed to be ashamed that I bought an electronic device, which was, we had to mine materials from the earth in order to create this device. And I tried it, and then I went to a sex shop in Portland, and I learned that device really isn't the best fit for me. I have other preferences for masturbation. But I own the device, and technically the device is manufactured and marketed as a massage device. And so I use cleaning supplies to sterilize the device, and then I turned it back into a massage tool. But because it was used in a sexual manner at one point in time, I'm supposed to feel ashamed that I took a picture of my kids playing with this in order. There are going to be trolls who write me about this because this really pisses them off. I'm supposed to feel bad and sad and ashamed. It is nice to understand that this is not something to feel ashamed about. I had a device that was once used in a sexual manner that I used a sterilizing cleaning product on. And because I don't believe in just tossing things into the trash, because one time they touched my clitoris and got vaginal secretions on them, because I understand and believe in the power of bleach, I think that device can be utilized by anyone in the family. Tell me where my logic is wrong. My trolls got so angry about this that they pushed the issue to the point where I was interviewed for salon.com. Remember that website? Was it a subsidiary of Gawker, or did it die when the blogs died? Either way, remember that site? It was sort of like what Slate is today, but Slate has a bit more journalism than salon.com ever did. But yes, me, my Instagram posts. Can you imagine that? Isn't that absurd? They were so worked up about the idea that my children would be exposed to an item that was once used in a sexual manner. And this, for some reason, was something that was publishable on salon.com. It's so absurd to me now. Why do I have to block her nipple? And that right there is a rhetorical question. Of course, because I know why I need to block her nipples by your standards, because someone might jack off to a picture of her, to her nipple. And whenever, or maybe it's two nipples, like, is one nipple okay? Is it like two nipples? I need some more clarification, because I've actually never seen child porn, what it is that people are like super, super into. I've never sought out this kind of thing. You can call the FBI and have them inspect my search history. I'm not interested in seeing anything like that, but based on what I've read about it, I'm pretty sure it's not nipples. It's like the equivalent of someone's going to pull up in a white van and kidnap your kids. It's not real. There aren't white vans. And I know it seems to be difficult for some people to hear, but if someone jacks off to your kid's nipples, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect your kid. Like, the scary thing that we're talking about, this child predator, like, the thing that affects your kid is not a picture of a female child's nipples. That's not what hurts children. That's why I'm telling you this right now, because I and many other photographers are just so over, like, being held hostage by this policy. It's dumb. My daughter's nipples, prepubescent, my daughter's prepubescent nipples are no different than my son's. What exactly is different about them? It's that they're eventually going to have fat. So this right here, right? We all know it's fat. Oh, that might be too much nipple for Instagram. We'll see. But like, we know that's just fat, right? But she doesn't have the fat. Is it the fat? Is it the fact that eventually the nipple will be joined with the fat? What is the thing? Why is it that my son is okay, but boys who have long hairs who look like girls are also censored? It's very obviously a policy developed around the idea that we need to make sure that girls' prepubescent nipples are not visible, but boys are okay. And I still don't really understand what the difference is. It's about the penis and the vagina, I guess. I'm going to teach you something I learned at BYU. Okay, so the penis and the vagina, they're like way down here. And then there's nipples, and they sit up here. And until you go through puberty, they're nipples. That's it, they're nipples. But when you report images of girl children without their shirts on, you're communicating that these things that are like really far away from the genitals, that's the part that has the sex. The breasts are actually for feeding the baby. They're not actually intended for sex. It's just that they happen to have a lot of nerves that are like really fun during sex, but they're not actually primarily sexual. So I don't know. I think maybe we could just stop this and free the nipple.